Let's go to not Andrea. It's Andrea. Is that right? Andrea from San Angelo, Texas. Andrea. How do I say it? Am I saying it right?
You're saying it right. You got it.
Andrea?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Is that a family name?
No, actually, it's not.
Dude, good for your folks. That's fantastic. All right, so what's up?
Oh. Well, after a bit of a hiatus, I found myself dating again this year. Met a great guy, really big into family, but one of his family relationships has me feeling a little bit uncomfortable and honestly a bit jealous at times. And I'm wondering if I'm just overreacting and overthinking the situation, or if there could legitimately be some relationship red flags I need to think about.
Okay, tell me more. This is you've piqued my interest. This is fascinating.
So we've been dating for a couple months now. The entire time I've known him, due to life situations, he's been living with a particular family member, and so he lives with her, and they work together.
Is it mom or a sister? Who is it?
No, I'm not going to disclose that.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I'd rather not put that out there right now.
Okay.
But it's not mom.
Okay. All right.
It's a younger family member, and so he lives with her and works with her. They have similar lifestyles, so they spend all their time together. They run errands together, and in general, just kind of do life together all the time. And then it makes it a little strange because at times when I'll call him and I'll say, "Hey, what are you doing?" I get a lot of the "we" answers. Well, we are here, we are there, we are doing this. And I'll say, "Hey, do you want to go do something?" And he'll be like, "Well, let me find out what we're doing tonight." And he won't make plans with me unless he's cleared it with her first. Like, he'll check in with her and see what she's doing, and I guess make sure he's not missing out on something. I don't know, but he'll clear it with her first. And on a couple occasions when I've actually planned for us to do things together, he's invited her along.
Okay. How old is he?
We're in our 40s.
How old is the she?
She's also in her 40s.
Okay.
She's younger than he is.
Okay. All right. So my first thought was he's 25 and she's 16 and he's just trying to help out. Okay. So they're both 40s. Okay. I mean, so I hesitate. It sounds weird, but I hesitate to say it's wrong. And I am particularly attuned to romantic partners who are jealous of their siblings' relationships. I don't think that's fair, and I usually think that's pretty annoying. But let me say it this way: anytime I get a question like this, my first question is always back to the one person that I can communicate with, which is you. And have you sat down and had this conversation with him?
I have, yes.
How did you enter into that conversation, and how did it go?
Well, I just approached him and said, "Babe, I know our family lifestyles are different, but this is how this particular relationship is making me feel right now. And I was told not to be jealous of his relationship with this person and not to come between him and his family." Okay. And that was pretty much the end of the conversation.
So here is a hard but beautiful truth you got. A boundary, a very, very clear one. And the choice you have now is, do I want to live in this situation that makes me feel uncomfortable for whatever reason? If he required celery at every meal and he chewed it with his mouth open so loud, and you said, "Hey, I love you." Would you call it, "Hey, babe, I love you, but the celery, it's got like, can we do gum?" And he's like, "Celery stays. Don't get between me and my vegetables." Then you would know I have a choice to make. Can I fall deeper and madly in love with, or can I not? And some could, and some couldn't. And so you've got a very clear, this is my relationship with my family member. This is how it's going to be. And you will always be an adjunct to that relationship. And so you're getting an answer, whether you like that answer or not, or whether that answer is brutal and hard, I get. But
Yeah.
it sounds like you're in a fortunate place. Often people don't get answers, and you sounds like you got one. So you got that. How'd that answer make you feel?
Not very good, honestly.
Right.
It makes me feel like a kind of a third wheel, kind of like an additive to his life and not a primary focus.
Yes. That sounds right. What I'm worried about you is trying to work your way into becoming the primary focus.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's a relationship, if this is just a situational relationship, because I know he came across some hard times a while back and then didn't really have any place to go, so ended up moving in with family. And so I guess there's a part of me that's somewhat hopeful that maybe this is just situational, and that if things change, that this relationship dynamic could as well. But I don't know.
So when you talked to him about it, did he say, I know this is a little bit odd, that I bring my basically the same age sibling or whoever it is along with us, cousin, whoever it is, on dates together, and that I have to run by all of my social activities and romantic activities by this other woman who I'm related to that I live with. I know that sounds weird. It's just a weird moment in my life, and I'm working towards, did you get that? Or did you get, this is the way this is, and don't get between it?
Kind of a little bit, I say a little bit of both, because I've got the whole, this is the way it is, don't get between it. But I've also gotten the, hey, this is just the way it is right now. So I'm getting some mixed messages, and I'm torn.
Can I tell you, I don't think you are. I think you really, really want to take the message you're getting and make it turn it a certain way so you can absorb it as just right now. Because I think he's a great guy, and I think you've been alone for a while. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I don't know what your past dating history looks like, and it sounds like it's taken you a while to get back in the game. You're worth more than what you got right now.
Mm.
And if he was on the phone with me, here's what I would tell him. He is welcome to this relationship with this other person, but it's unfair. It's dishonorable to drag another human being along as a toy on this ride.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to date somebody and start thinking about creating a new world with them, they become priority over your relationship with your live-in relationship with your sibling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
And just for everybody listening who just went, what? Also, if my wife and her brother wanted to go on a brother-sister trip a couple of times a year, I would celebrate that. Mm-hmm. I want them to have the greatest relationship in the world. My sister and I do stuff together. There should never be a weird thing unless I make it weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Well, I love his family. I mean, they're great people, and I love the fact that he's very much into them.
I think you like the idea of being a part of this beautiful system. Mm-hmm. The one problem is you're not a part of it. You're outside of it.
Yeah.
And you are not being asked into it. You're being told this is where you will be. And I hate that for you. But that appears to be the reality. If I'm you, here's my next step. It's a very direct, I've thought about this, and I'm not interested in furthering this relationship if another woman, be it your mom, your sister, your cousin, is going to be more important to you than me. You're welcome to that, but if that's the case, cut me loose. Or if that's the case, I'm going to head out. And it's been an honor getting to know you and to date you. But I'm not going to play second fiddle in this relationship. And if he says, no, I'm ready to make you first fiddle, and once a week, him and his sister, first fiddle. If he says that, you probably should run. Just run for the hills. You're going to be my first fiddle. Yeah, actually, I'm out. That's weird. But if he does say, no, I'm ready to make you first in my life, and I've been through some hard stuff, and I'm ready to shift. But me and my sister, my cousin, my mom, whoever, get together once a week for a dinner or for breakfast or whatever. Celebrate that. help them grow in their relationship. But unfortunately, it doesn't sound like where you're at. It sounds like you've been given a very clear boundary and you want it to be something different, and I want it for you, but it's not reality. One of the keys to being well is owning and acknowledging reality. And you're worth more than what you got right now. I hope you can look in the mirror and see that.